Something that comes up in eating disorder recovery, and a question that I'm asked about, is it okay to use a scale? A scale can give a sense of control, or even the illusion of control, similar to counting calories, similar to having some sense of, where I'm at. But the truth is, it's considered one of the eating disorder behaviors. Weighing oneself, it can turn into the same way someone can stare at the mirror for hours every day. They can also weigh themselves before, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and that can get in the way of eating. There's a fear that, if my weight went up even a quarter of a pound or something like that, that can be very scary, and that can lead to thoughts. So I can't afford to eat this meal, I have to skip a meal, I have to compensate. So it can definitely turn into it can be very harming, and it's important to have a plan about it. When I was at Walden Behavioral Care, they had a break the scale activity, which was fun, and everyone brought in their scales, or some people brought in their scales, and they had hammers, and they go outside and they would smash it to bits, and that would felt freeing because they weren't controlled by having to weigh themselves all the time. Truth is, although it can be an eating disorder behavior, there's also some benefits of being able to weigh oneself. Sometimes knowing if there's maybe a relapse, or someone to know where the red line is, if someone is kind of slipping a little bit and struggling, it is important to know, maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, to know where their weight is. Also, if someone does break the scale and kind of give that up, there's still going to be that sense of wanting to know where things are. That's important to address that with thoughts, reassuring thoughts, and to tell oneself, if it's affirmations, or just to tell oneself, I know it's important to eat. My top priority is to have fuel, to have nourishment for my brain, for my body, and the body will find its best place to be. Another thing that comes up sometimes working with different people is have a plan with a spouse or with parents. They can do blind weights. That's something also we did at the clinic. And there's different thought about, is that good or not? It could also be invalidating. It could be hurtful. It could be not an embarrassing thing to do. Having whoever's being weighed to know the plan, to talk about it, and to agree to it, so it doesn't feel like it's being done to them or for them. But this is something which might help. So having a scale, having a plan, or not having a scale, addressing that anxiety, that's all really important. The key is to move away from the black and white thinking, and not be extreme about things. Find the gray. Find the gray when it comes to using a scale, and that's really key.